Welcome back to JB Reviews. Man, I almost have 15,000 miles on my 2023 GMC Era. And in this bag, I have a fuel filter. Alright, so here it is. It'll focus. I don't buy aftermarket fuel filters, and the reason why is these trucks are so expensive. Why would you want to save a few bucks on something like this? Now, I was very concerned because GM only has one fuel filter. My Ram had two. I don't know if I love that or don't like it, because having two filters is always better than having one. But be that as it may, that should make changing the fuel filter easy in this truck. So I did have to look online because I did not know where it was. So it's on the driver's side, somewhere like in this region, to the right of the frame, I believe. That's kind of where I saw that. All right, so, oh yeah, there it is, I see it. Uh-oh. What in the world? Do you guys see that? Hold on 1 second. Hopefully you guys can see this. There's definitely diesel coming out of here. It's not showing up that great on the camera, but wow, look at that. It's not leaking in my garage, so it must just be like a little bit of residue. In the comment section, let me know if you've ever checked this, or go out and check your GMC or Chevy to see if there's like a residue, because nothing else in this area seems to have, well, looks like a little bit of sprays right there too on the side of that frame here. Alrighty, so I normally don't dispose of my rags when I wash my cars. So you're gonna need to obviously put stuff down, because diesel fuel filter changes are the worst. And I mean, I've never done one for a GM, but for my Ram, it was messy. And let's go ahead and loosen up the water diesel separator right there. So I have I don't know what size it is, but these are your T heads here. Let's see if it's this one right here. Hopefully I have this size. Let me just check it real quickly. So I do not have the correct size for that T. So I'm actually going to use a flathead. So here is the size I'm using. I don't recommend this. I will let you guys know what T to get. So we're going to just start twisting this, and then you should be able to do it with your hand. There you go. Yeah, you can just do it with your hand. Nothing's coming out. This might be cleaner than the Ram, guys. Man. Oh, there it is. There she is. That's all I'm going to do right there. And so let's go ahead and check out some of the tools you're going to need here. So I have the 36mm for this. It's going to be a 6-point, and that's basically the design of this plastic casing here. So I would definitely use a 6-point for this. And let's just go ahead and unscrew it and see what happens. I just untightened it. Yeah, it's coming out. This is a messy job. Alright, so let me put the camera down so I can use both my hands. Oh yeah, it's coming out now. Move my tools off. Hope you guys can see it. Yeah, it's coming. Wow. Yeah, anytime you do a fuel filter change, they're just messy. Oh yeah. It's draining from the water separator now. And then I can start. Wow. It's definitely coming out now. This is a messy job, guys. So I would definitely get a taller pan like this so it doesn't splash. and I'll let you guys see how much of this is coming out too. But this is not a hard job at all. This is something you should do by yourself. I didn't say this earlier, but I went to my local dealer, I won't say the name, and I asked them how much can I get a fuel filter for, and they were like $60. I said, okay, well, on Amazon it's $30 and some change with free shipping. Can you at least do it for $45? I was willing to pay more for it because I like to support my local dealers, and he said $60 plus tax. I said, okay, thank you for your time, and left. I don't know why, you know, these guys can't, you know, discount these filters. I mean, these filters are, and I mean, this one, from what it looks like online, is not that, you know, advanced at all. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and finish off with this. I'll let you guys know a time frame. It's probably been like, what, a couple minutes now that it's been dripping. And so we'll go ahead and take it down so you guys can see the filter. And we'll put them side by side so you guys can compare them. So here it is, guys. This is the plastic canister here. A lot of diesel comes out of this. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up this separator right here, and I'll tighten it with my flathead. But again, just make sure you use that T for this. That way you don't damage it. And let's go ahead and pull the filter out so you guys can see. And there's two O-rings that you have to replace. You have this blue one right there. Hopefully you guys can see it there. And there's one more, is a smaller one. I'll show it to you right now. Now the second one is right on that long plastic thing. I don't know what it's called, but you can see it right there. So yeah, make sure you replace those. It's always a good idea to, you know, let them get lubricated with oil. That way they don't get pinched when you put this all back in there. So let's go ahead and take out this filter, and I'll show you guys how everything looks. So this should just kind of pop out. Yeah, it's kind of hard. There it is. So you hear that popping sound? So what I normally do is I get some those blue paper towels. I'm gonna clean all this out and just make sure it's nice and clean before I put the new filter in. But this sucker is definitely dirty. Look at it. It is terrible. Now here's a new one. And you should see O-rings. Let me wipe my hands real quick before I pull the filter out. Alright, cool. So my hands are nice and clean. But yeah, look at the difference of these filters. Wow. And then you have the two O-rings right there. You have that tiny one, and then you have the larger one for the canister. But there's definitely a difference in these filters. So yeah, I don't think you need to really change them any sooner than 15K. But nevertheless, I just rather get it done because I wanted to show you guys how easy it is. And then in the future, if you decide you want to do it yourself, you can. This already has like a green O-ring on it, so, and then there's one in the center right there too. But let's go ahead and clean out this. I'm going to take off this old O-ring here, and then we're going to put the new ones on, and then we'll put everything back in. But like I said, I got to clean this out first. Alright, so like I said, just take like a blue paper towel and just wipe in here and make sure you get all the residue out before you put the new filter in. And that is pretty much done. So I did clean the canister too. So that's what it should have looked like. It shouldn't have been dirty. I actually tightened this up, this water diesel separator. So I got this nice and tight now. That might have been my problem, but I've never touched it. So just truck's brand new, and when it's been in service, I don't think they've even touched it. But here's the inside right there. Hopefully you guys can see. It's a little dark compared to this one. It's not bad. Actually, yeah, you can tell there's a difference actually. There's definitely a difference. Now, if you don't remember, this is the bottom of it. Hopefully you can see it better that way. So this basically goes in this way, and it's going to basically pop in. There it is. So you hear that pop, And this is now installed. So let's go ahead and take off these O-rings. You can either use I actually have a plastic trim piece that I can use. Like this guy here. You can just get it under there like so. And yeah, this comes right off. And then you put the new ones on. But like I said, you want to make sure you put it in some of the diesel that you have to get it nice and lubricated so you don't pinch it. And just don't forget where the grooves are when you put this back in. Now I wound up taking the filter back out of the plastic canister and then putting the O-ring on because I didn't want to get old oil on there. So obviously put the new O-ring on when this old filter's in, and then you can just pop it out and then, like I said, put the new filter in clean. So, like I said, just make sure that O-ring's on first before you put the new filter in. That's the best way to put it. And now I just have to get that other smaller O-ring off. I'm going to use this tool here again, and it should just pop off. And then we're going to go ahead and basically twist this back in. And then we have to prime the system. But check this out. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like some fine, and I mean really fine metal particles in this oil. Let me see if I can take it out in the sun and show it to you. Oh yeah, you might be able to see it better now. Look at that. There's definitely like metal particles in there. So it's pretty interesting. So if you are doing this, I mean, you have to get your diesel from a reputable place. And if you're getting your diesel from a bad diesel place, like that doesn't turn their diesel a lot, or it's not like a truck stop, I would probably change these a little bit sooner. Because I normally go to Costco because they typically have good diesel. But for the most part, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like metal shavings in there. To get the smaller O-ring out, I actually pushed it up over that plastic part, and I kind of like twisted it, like I like turned it to the side to kind of twist it, kind of stretch it a little bit. But you just have to be really careful because this is just a plastic piece, so you don't want to break that. But it came off pretty easy. Once I like put it back in the grooves and pulled it down, it came right off. And you can see I just wiped out this canister too, and it's actually a little dirty. You can kind of see some of the dirt right there, so not a bad idea to clean that out too. And now all we have to do is stick this back in, and we're pretty much done. And then we have to prime the system actually, but yeah, we are probably about 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. It took me about the same time to do this filter on the Ram, but the front one's probably about easily an hour job, just because again, you have to be really careful when you twist these things off. You don't want to break them, they're just plastic, so that's why it takes me more time, because I'm very careful. But let me go ahead and put the O-ring on. It's right here. I dipped it in a little bit of diesel, so let's just put it back on. Yeah, it's easy. Look at that. It's on there. And now we gotta just put this on. So let's just go ahead and just stick it up. You can just hand tighten it first. And then I'm gonna tighten it again with 36 mil. And then let's go ahead and prime the system. Alrighty, so what you have to do to prime is you have to just push the button and turn it on to accessory. I don't hear anything happening. You know you're supposed to hear like something, but nothing's happening. I don't hear anything happening. Huh. So what I'll do is I'll just wait 2 more minutes and basically allow it to get through. I mean, there's probably something happening, I just can't hear it. But like I said, there's supposed to be some type of noise happening. So I may have to see if there's a different process for maybe the 2023s. There it is. So maybe I'm supposed to hold down the button. You know what, guys? I just learned something new on my truck too. I was complaining that you can never see this menu when you're in accessory mode, but all you have to do is hold the button down. You learn something new every day. I love this truck. You hear that? That's what you're supposed to hear. Alright, so let's just wait 2 minutes as I said. So we'll check back in 2 minutes at 10:20. So here's the moment of truth. You ready? Ha! Now, my RAM would die about right now and just turn off, but that's okay. You just restart the priming process like just one more time, and then typically at that point it would stay on. But this truck stays on pretty much without turning off again. But if you want to reset this, all you have to do, this is so easy. Too easy. Did it do it? Try it one more time. Maybe it didn't initiate. Maybe I spoke too soon. It's reset. I had to turn the truck off, turn back on, done. But if you are in the market for a diesel HD, this service is very expensive. As you guys heard earlier in the video, this filter costs $60 at the dealer. This is a GM filter that I bought off Amazon for $30. And I'm willing to bet you they're going to charge 2 hours or more of labor for this. So you're going to probably pay $300 to $400. Because Ram has 2 fuel filters, I did get a quote the first time I got that truck, and they said it was going to be about $600. And I was like, nah, I'm going to do it myself. Now, what's so funny about this is I'm literally about to trade this truck in probably this week. My 2024 Chevy Silverado, which is a 6.6 gas, should be here this week. And I don't think I'm going to get my Ford. I don't think I'm going to get the Ford guy. So a lot of guys online are saying Ford is kind of saying 2024 for some of the orders that probably won't get fulfilled. I'm going to buy another truck in the place of the Ford. And if the Ford comes, maybe I'll get the Ford still, but I don't know if I will. We'll see. But I did get another truck. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm actually headed to the dealership today. I probably shouldn't be saying this in this video because I have not seen the payments. I have not seen the price. So if they discount this truck for me, you guys should be seeing another truck on the channel. You will not believe what it is. Oh my goodness, you will not believe it. Well, some of you guys will believe it, but I'm willing to bet 90% of you will not believe what I'm about to get. So this will probably be the second to last video you see on this truck. I need to do what I love about it and would I buy one again. So hopefully I'll have the time to do that video for you guys. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like these types of videos, I try to do some of the maintenance myself. I don't do oil changes. I prefer to have oil changes reported on Carfax. So I do allow the dealerships to do those for me. But nevertheless, these fuel filter costs so much money to do, so I'm not going to pay that much money to get this simple type of stuff done. But please be sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure your bell notifications on, like this video. See you guys soon.